Hey, what's going on, missioners? Tell you about my chart. Pisces in the 12th house. Um, it's like, um, it's like, it's like the hyperbolic time chamber. And when it comes to Goku or the DBZ warriors or um or even where it's like this is an alternate universe where they would train privately to get stronger, right? No distractions, no outside world, no none of that, right? Or or um or I or yeah, this is it. Where or when Vegeta was training in, and this is where I'm at to some respect. If I'm not in the hyperbolic time chamber, I'm in the time capsule that Vegeta was in Dragon Ball Z, where he has to train by himself. And I'm in a house by myself, and across the street is a church, right? Or you rule by Jupiter, spirituality. I'm in nature, spirituality. And I've never been so alone by myself to fend for myself. And the woman who gave me the spot is um who gave me the spot is a Sag with rising in Cancer. And I was thinking to myself, it forces me to heal and take a depth of responsibility and train my mind and train my heart and train my spirit in a way that I don't have no other choice. Like, even when I was reading this quote that said, mind your business in 2020, mind your business and others mind your business and others in 2020, unless they sense an invite to get into their boundaries. And that's something I was weak at, where I would invite myself airy shit. I would invite myself, and I've learned how that can put you in a hell of a distraction, because if they didn't invite you, um that can put you in a hell of a bind, because you're sitting there inviting yourself to a place that, like, I even hear the music in my head from Goku, where Vegeta was by himself training for hours, putting the different pressures on his life, on his body, to get stronger. And that's what I feel like right now. Like, life, I've manifested, but also life is putting a certain amount of pressure on me to grow stronger. And I was watching one of my mentors, Elliot Hulse, and he said women hate weak men. And the woman who put me here, she was not perfect, but she put me in a position where if I don't come out of this situation in a certain way, the women I'm gonna meet will despise me. And what does that mean? Where I'm in a position where I have to grow stronger I have to go through an immense amount of like mental, psychological. It's not even about physical right now, but that's a bonus. But I have to go through more of a psychological shift, an unconscious shift. And like I said in my other video, when your North Node is in Scorpio, you have to think about the next psychological level. Like you're not going to flip towards the next financial level. You're thinking about the next psychological level. Cause that's the difference between the Taurus and the Scorpio. The Scorpio is thinking about, I need to update my psychology, not my finances, because nothing in the because like I said before, the number one thing I learned about life is that if your psychology doesn't change, life doesn't change. Because you could give a man all the material wealth in the world, because I've failed at this. If his mental is not updated, it doesn't matter what you give him. And I've never been in a place where I had to switch what's going on up here. And like my mentor said, Elliot Hulse, he was like, yo, women hate weak men. And he was like, what do I do? And that question was, what do I do if my wife is putting me through the shits test? And he was talking about how his woman was like degrading him, making him feel like he wasn't shit and all this other stuff, but all the decisions he's been making. And basically what that means is his wife is giving him hell for the decisions he's made because she doesn't trust him. And what that means is kind of like when my friend is doing, where we went through a debacle and we're not speaking right now. She's trying to put me through the shits test. And he said, women practice that unconsciously and consciously, because he said, what I love about what Elliot said was that, because remember, it's in the house of the woman. And what's been tested for me being alone as a man, is that if I don't come out the situation stronger, I'm going to have a pattern, an unconscious pattern with women, because Pisces is the unconscious, of like I see with another man in her life that viciously depends on her instead of being a man and doing completely on his own. And he said women hate weak men, meaning men who can't manage their lives. A weak man is not, I'm not talking about like he falls short and he's a weak man is not a weak man, and I don't mean a man who falls short due to his ignorance. A weak man to a woman is a man who refuses to manage his life. A man who refuses to manage his life. So I realized that as I see this video right now, that's what women say. That's what women think is weak. A man who refuses, especially at a certain age, to have his life at a certain level of management. And yeah, if I don't learn to manage my life or my home, my mind, because that's what I'm learning here, to manage my mind. The 12th house is you gotta undo all of that. You gotta undo what your parents taught you. And that's what I've been doing a lot, doing a lot of mirror work, doing a lot of undoing. And even after I do this video, I'm gonna do some more mirror work as I go into the night and putting the midnight hours. Because I'm learning it's not even about just getting money anymore. It's about updating my psychology with the level that I want to go in my life. That's what the Scorpio North Node is about. Updating your life, not just updating your life, your physical life. It's about updating your mental state, updating your emotional state, updating your frequency. Because you can have all the money in the world, but if you're not emotionally growing, you'll be a 36, 37, 38, 40, 50-year-old with the nicest things, but nothing of substance. Nothing of substance, meaning when you get past what you look like on the outside, you don't have nothing to offer. You can't communicate. You, like, for instance, I'm learning how powerful personality is. Like what you offer on the outside, like what money can buy, is smoking mirrors. Because in hard times, do you know how to communicate? Do you know how to love? Do you know how to express love, receive love? Do you know how to be at peace when things are hard? Do you know how to release and pray? Do you know how to be disciplined even when it's hard? And those are things money cannot buy. Like, one of the things money can't, ooh, this is so deep. The deepest part of your character that will change your life, that money can't buy, is discipline. And that's Scorpio. That's what you realize in your Scorpio North Node. Money cannot buy the number one thing that could change your life: discipline. Can't buy it. You can't buy self-respect. You can't buy self-confidence. And that affects your life more than your bank account. That's the wild part I learned about life. Like, all the stuff money can't buy, like your courage, for instance. Money can't buy you being courageous and taking that leap of faith. Money can't buy that. And, like, for instance, the next psychological place in my life, money can't buy that. And the worst thing you want to do is, like I got, like, for instance, I bought this money oil, right? The worst thing I want to do is buy this money oil, and it gets me to the next place in my life, but my psychology has not updated. That's why with the Scorpio North Node, if you apply magic and you manipulate energies to get the physical manifestation, make sure you're updating your psychology. Like, this lady, Astro Alignments, on Instagram, posted that, and when she posted that, I knew she was solid. So I know I'm gonna buy from her. Right? Make sure your psychology, while you're doing all of this magic, is updating. Because if not, you'll manifest all the stuff in the physical, have it for a moment, get it for a moment, and then you'll lose it because your psychology and your vibration doesn't allow you to have it. Your inner being created poverty again. So this 12th house puts me in, like, the hyperbolic time chamber, or the time capsule, where I gotta train rigorously. And my spirit told me this lesson for this placement. Focus so much on yourself, because 7 rules isolation, that you don't have time to think about somebody else. If somebody comes else to mind, it is to refer to you what you must do. And just for the record, every time I say Pisces in the 12th house, I mean that's why I checked my chart. It's Cancer in the 12th house, which is even worse. A woman put me in a place of isolation. I'm not in jail, but a woman put me in a place of isolation. And it's just all the same things apply, where I have to update myself, upgrade, and I have to all the stuff I'm going through psychologically, or subconsciously, I have to undo it. So one of the things about like I said about North Node and Scorpio, I have to leave old psychology behind. Meaning, if I don't believe in myself, I have to leave that behind. I can't take that, and I'm learning that psychologically as I pay attention to my life. The next level in my life, I can't take that with me. All the stuff, and this is like on my own, all the stuff that I have to go under intense training over the next couple of days. All the stuff that my parents taught me, I have to let it go. Because I can't take it with me to the next level.